The Houston Rockets have experienced time and again just how far-reaching the consequences of a single decision made by a franchise can be. This team has one of the most dramatic stories in NBA history. 2 championships, unforgettable stars, numerous devastating injuries, and bold decisions. In fact, the Rockets didn't arrive where they are today in a straight line. In particular, every collapse and every trade that followed each victory has in one way or another shaped who they are today. Throughout this video, we'll list 10 critical moments that have truly had a massive impact on Houston. We'll count down from 10 to 1, and I suspect the number 1 pick might surprise many of you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel before we start the video because this journey will continue on the channel with content you'll love. Number 10, kicking things off at number 10 is the draft where it all began. About 58 years ago in 1968, back when the team was still known as the San Diego Clippers, the franchise won a coin toss to secure the number 1 pick and selected Elvin Hayes. The Big E went on to win the league scoring title in his rookie year, averaging 28.4 points per game. No rookie has won the scoring title since Hayes, and he led the team to the playoffs for the first time. It wasn't really a victory, but it was an identity, and the Rockets were now on the map. Number 9, Devin's arrival and the first taste of the finals rank 9th. 50 years ago in 1976, the Rockets managed to sign Moses Malone. Malone was a beast of a player. He won the MVP award twice. In 1981, he led the team to the finals despite a winning percentage below 50% for the season. They lost to Boston, but Houston had now gotten its first taste of a championship. This period clearly instilled a belief in winning within the franchise. Number 8. In this entry, we'll see the price of losing an MVP as a painful lesson. In 1982, the Rockets traded their dominant star, Moses Malone, to Philadelphia in exchange for Caldwell Jones and a draft pick. Malone immediately led Philadelphia to a championship and became the Finals MVP. Houston, as a natural consequence, began to hit rock bottom. As you know, losing a star player can sometimes set a franchise back by years. However, this collapse was actually slowly setting the stage for an unexpected and different gift. Number 7, heads or tails and the Twin Towers. At number 7 lies a cornerstone of Rockets history. Yes, we're in the 1984 draft. After winning a coin toss, Houston selected Hakeem Olajuwon with the first overall pick. Michael Jordan went 3rd. Afterward, Hakeem and Ralph Sampson became the Twin Towers and led the team to the finals in 1986. Boston won again. Also consider this, Portland had offered Clyde Drexler and the number 2 pick in exchange for Sampson. Houston turned it down. Had they accepted Hakeem, Jordan, and Drexler could have been on the same team. History would likely have been written entirely differently. Number 6, the giant who opened up a continent. Yes, at number 6, there's a giant and a continent. 24 years ago in 2002, the Rockets selected Yao Ming with the number 1 pick. The 2.29-meter center from Shanghai opened up the NBA to the whole world, especially China. He was an all-star 8 times. In fact, Tracy McGrady joined him in 2004. But injuries plagued the duo, and they never made it past the first round together. As you know, Yao's career ended prematurely. Still, the Rockets had definitively established themselves as a global brand. Number 5, a risk no one believed in. The year was 2012. First, I should point out that general manager Daryl Morey acquired James Harden from Oklahoma City. In exchange, the Rockets sent Kevin Martin, Jeremy Lamb, and draft picks to Oklahoma City. In fact, no one expected Harden to explode like that. He became a superstar, the scoring champion, and the 2018 MVP. Harden kept the Rockets in the race for years. In short, this trade created the franchise's new face. Number 4, the night the window closed. I want to talk about a heartbreaking season. Chris Paul joined the team in 2017, and in 2018, the Rockets set a franchise record with 65 wins. That gave them the best record in the league. Harden even won the MVP award. Afterward, they managed to push the Golden State Warriors to a Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals, and then came the nightmare days. Paul got injured, and the Rockets missed 27 consecutive three-pointers. We're talking about one of the coldest streaks in playoff history. 538 calculated the odds of this happening at roughly 1 in 72,000. They lost the game 101-92 and the series. Thus, their window to a championship closed abruptly that night. Number 3, a future born from the ruins. In third place lies the end of one era and the beginning of another. 5 years ago, in January 2021, Harden went to Brooklyn. The Rockets collected a pile of draft picks in return. Then came a deliberate rebuild. What followed was the league's worst roster and back-to-back terrible seasons, but a new core emerged from the rubble. To give some examples, Jalen Green, Alperen Şengün, Amen Thompson. In the summer of 2025, the Rockets acquired Kevin Durant in the biggest trade of all time. Thus, the rebirth is now complete. Number 2, from Choke City to Clutch City. In second place is the franchise's peak. 2 years in a row, 1994 and 1995, the Houston Chronicle had headlined the city as Choke City during the 1994 playoffs. The Rockets turned that into Clutch City. First, in 1994, Hakeem won MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and Finals MVP. They beat New York. Then in 1995, Drexler arrived. They started as low as 6th seed, knocked out 4 50-win teams, and swept Orlando 4-0, probably the lowest seeded champion in history, without a doubt. These 2 years cemented Houston as a championship city forever. Number 1, I want to talk about a relocation that defined the team. It might be a moment you didn't expect. In 1971, the franchise moved from San Diego to Houston. And just think about it. No championships, no Hakeem, no Yao, no Harden, no Durant. In other words, if it weren't for that move, the Houston Rockets as we know them today might not exist at all. Every draft pick, every trade, and every championship ring actually stemmed from that single decision. So the biggest moment wasn't a single basket, it was the transformation of a city. Yes, after discussing those 10 critical moments, I can say this. The Rockets aren't just a franchise defined by 2 championship rings. Missed opportunities, even careers cut short, and especially comebacks from the ashes are all integral parts of this story. Today's Rockets, with their young core led by Udoka and Kevin Durant, are essentially built upon that history. The biggest question here is, will this franchise manage to win its first true championship since Hakeem with this core? Which moment do you think should have been number 1 in this video? Be sure to write it in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel because, as you know, history never stops in Houston.